Hot chicks of Occupy Wall Street. What comes into your mind when you hear that phrase? Objectification by any chance? Well, today I'm here to talk about our article on objectification and the points and different types of objectification to show that this type of objectification going on this weblog, Tumblr, is not moral and immoral. So again, the name of this weblog on Tumblr is Hot Chicks of Occupy Wall Street. That comes from a DC filmmaker and some of his friends. They claimed that they were inspired and wanted to do their part to draw attention to the cause. Question is, what type of attention did they want to draw to the cause? A video was recorded of women protesting, beating on drums in slow motion, depicting women in skimpy outfits, being arrested by multiple male cops, and demoralizing women in a certain sense. That's the tone that the actual video on this website kind of depicts. And the 7 kinds of objectification are instrumentality, denial of autonomy, inertness, ownership, fungibility, viability, and denial of subjectivity. And for the most part, on this Tumblr website, these are present. Instrumentality, just look at the title of the webpage itself, Hot Chicks of Occupy Wall Street. Alone, that strikes the women as tools and demoralizes them to nothing more but an image. If there's a group of people protesting a problem that is dominating our nation, to draw attention to them, why would you only post women who, in your opinion, are hot, in skimpy clothes, being arrested and being shown experiencing police harassment? Instrumentality, this filmmaker is kind of reducing these women to nothing more but images for people to look at and giving them no total regard or acknowledgement for what their actual cause is and why they're there for. Denial of autonomy also seemed present on the Tumblr because most of the pictures that are on there are women being lowered by other males, cops for the most part, and other people against them. But the denial of autonomy kind of seems present on the page because all the pictures kind of belittle the women depicted on the actual Tumblr. To some degree, inertness was also present because inertness deals with a person being treated as if they lack the capacity to act for themselves. These women, I'm pretty sure, all can act for themselves. They're protesting against millions of businesses and corporations out there. And are they being respected for that? Are they being acknowledged for doing that? The only thing they're being acknowledged for is looking good. And the filmmaker, the way that he depicts these women, it's nothing like, he's basically disrespecting the fact that they can act for themselves and using them nothing more than an image to catch attention on his weblog. Ownership isn't really something that's going to be present on a weblog, as is fungibility, even though the amount of pictures and just the concept of someone protesting and you only seeing that they look good kind of makes you seem like you think that they're just dispensable women who are just going to come and show up and you're going to take pictures of them wearing skimpy outfits or pictures of their clothes being taken off in some of the pictures depicted by the cops, which are on there. So there's a kind of dispensable feel on the actual weblog itself. Viability really isn't something else that was on there. The filmmaker wanted to use this to draw attention because of how these people looked. And denial of subjectivity is kind of the biggest one here, because that's kind of like the whole principle of what the Tumblr is actually built on. This guy not caring about, he's not showing any concern about all the women who he chose to depict. There was actual people on the website, like with posters and with millions of people against them. There was one picture of a woman shouting towards a crowd with like 80 SWAT cops behind her, and the only thing that was under the picture was, oh, look at this woman's breasts. That there is no concern for any of these women or what they actually stand for. The only thing that there is concern for is their face, their boobs, and their ass. So the question as to if this website is objectifying women in an immoral way, I think so. For anyone to take calls like that and only place attention on certain aspects, such as how someone looks, is immoral objectification, especially when you're using it to gain attention on the website.